A Spam Guide. Chapter 1. Spam is a felony but they never stop. Spam Info 1. I use several spam blockers but they still come through. Most of them don't make it to my inbox. They go in the junk folder. I get about 5 a day on average. I delete them as soon as I see them, report and block them when I can. They use a cute trick now where there is no sender address. They want you to click onto some website so you can't respond to the sender address, block them or report them. I've gotten the same 150 free spins spam at least 1,000 times. It originates from a website that changes every 3 months. I've reported it to ic3.gov, the FBI Internet Fraud Center, and fightspam.gc.ca for Canada. They're probably swamped. They probably see spam as a lower priority than outright fraud. If they started arresting spammers, putting it on TV and sending them to prison for several years, it would stop. I have no problem sending a spammer to jail for 5 years for every spam they send. I think it's an underreported crime because it wastes time. Spam is defined as unsolicited commercial email, UCE. It is made up of ads promoting products, services, and get-rich-quick schemes. Most Internet service providers, ISPs, publish acceptable use policies, AUP, which prohibit sending spam. Account holders agree to these conditions when they sign up for an account. Most spammers will not remove you from their lists. They will sell your email address to others. Don't buy anything advertised by spam even if it looks like a terrific bargain. Don't give anyone a reason to target you. This means be careful about giving out your email address for free stuff. Spammers gather email addresses from websites, newsgroups, chat rooms, and message boards. If you use email, you know that spam is the junk mail of the internet, and because it's free, you get hit extra hard, unlike postage junk mail which costs X amount per letter. It's also bad for kids to receive unsolicited emails regarding sexual topics. The first way to minimize spam is to avoid filling out surveys at any website you might go to because it's usually a marketing ploy. Secondly, when you go on a newsgroup or mailing list, you're declaring interest in that subject. Retailers in that industry will use newsgroup email lists to send out their spam. Tell the SYSOP of your ISP that you don't want spam and report any spam you get to the SYSOP of the ISP it came from. Do that by placing sysop in front of the ad address you get, whatever that ad address reads like sysop at address. Don't give your credit card number to any spam offer you get because it could be a scam to steal your money and to also steal your credit card number. Don't let spammers know you exist. Use Mozilla.org or Netscape.com's browser. Don't use the big 2 search engines. Spammers have computer programs where they copy any email addresses they come across on the internet, and that's their mailing list. Write out your email address as little as possible. Whenever you download something for free, there's a chance a spammer is getting your email address or putting some kind of spyware into your computer. Use spam control/filter software. In Britain, spam is illegal. No one is allowed to send any unless they get permission first. Some of these sites can help you control it, getting you off junk email mailing lists. Switch to a Macintosh computer if possible. Use Linux over Windows. Try number 004.692 at the library. Spam Info 2. Computer spam, text spam, call spam, and unwanted, unsolicited digital communication sent out in bulk. Spam is annoying, but it's also a threat. While many of us might think we're savvy enough to recognize any form of it, spammers regularly update their methods and messages to trick potential victims. The reality is that we're all constantly under attack from cybercriminals, and the proof is in your inbox. Spammers use many forms of communication to bulk send their unwanted messages. Some of these are marketing messages peddling unsolicited goods. Other types of spam messages can spread malware, trick you into divulging personal information, or scare you into thinking you need to pay to get out of trouble. Email spam filters catch many of these types of messages, and phone carriers often warn you of a spam risk from unknown callers. Whether via email, text, phone, or social media, some spam messages do get through, and you want to be able to recognize them and avoid these threats. Below are several types of spam to look out for. Phishing emails are a type of spam cybercriminals send to many people, hoping to hook a few people. Phishing emails trick victims into giving up sensitive information like website logins or credit card information. Phishing is the simplest kind of cyber attack and, at the same time, the most dangerous and effective. That is because it attacks the most vulnerable and powerful computer on the planet, the human mind. Spoofed emails mimic, or spoof, an email from a legitimate sender, and ask you to take some sort of action. Well-executed spoofs will contain familiar branding and content, often from a large well-known company such as PayPal or Apple. Common email spoofing spam messages include: a request for payment of an outstanding invoice, a request to reset your password or verify your account, verification of purchases you didn't make, request for updated billing information. In a tech support scam, the spam message indicates that you have a technical problem and you should contact tech support by calling the phone number or clicking a link in the message. Like email spoofing, these types of spam often say they are from a large technology company like Microsoft or a cybersecurity company like Malwarebytes. If you think you have a technical issue or malware on your computer, tablet, or smartphone, you should always go to the official website of the company you want to call for tech support to find the legitimate contact information. Remote tech support often involves remote access to your computer to help you, and you don't want to accidentally give that access to a tech support scammer. Hot topics in the news can be used in spam messages to get your attention. In 2020, when the world was facing the COVID-19 pandemic and there was an increase in work-from-home jobs, some scammers sent spam messages promising remote jobs that paid in Bitcoin. Advance fee scams are familiar to anyone who has been using email since the 90s or 2000s. Sometimes called Nigerian prince emails, as that was the purported message sender for many years, this type of spam promises a financial reward if you first provide a cash advance. The sender typically indicates that this cash advance is some sort of processing fee or earnest money to unlock the larger sum, but once you pay, they disappear. To make it more personal, a similar type of scam involves the sender pretending to be a family member that is in trouble and needs money, but if you pay, unfortunately the outcome is the same. Short for malware spam or malicious spam, malspam is a spam message that delivers malware to your device. Unsuspecting readers who click on a link or open an email attachment end up with some type of malware, including ransomware, trojans, bots, infostealers, cryptominators, spyware, and keyloggers. A common delivery method is to include malicious scripts in an attachment of a familiar type like a Word document, PDF file, or PowerPoint presentation. Once the attachment is opened, the scripts run and retrieve the malware payload. A robocall is spam, a text message from an unknown sender urging you to click an unknown link. It's called text message spam or smishing, a combination of SMS and phishing. If you're receiving spam calls and texts on your Android or iPhone, most major carriers give you an option to report spam. Blocking numbers is another way to combat mobile spam. In the US, you can add your phone number to the National Do Not Call registry to try to cut down on the amount of unwanted sales calls you receive, but you should still be alert to scammers who ignore the list. If an email from a company is legitimate, the sender's email address should match the domain for the company they claim to represent. Sometimes these are obvious, like example at abkljzr09348.biz, but other times the changes are less noticeable, like example at paypa1.com instead of paypal.com. If you are a customer, the company should have your information and will likely address you by your first name. A missing personal greeting alone isn't enough to spot a phishing email, but it's one thing to look for, especially in messages that say they are from a company with whom you do business. Receiving an email that says your account has been locked or you owe money is cause to worry, and sometimes we rush to click a link in order to fix the problem. If it's phishing, that's exactly what the sender wants, so be careful and check if the email is generic or addressed specifically to you. Beware of all links, including buttons in an email. If you get a message from a company with whom you have an account, it's wise to log into your account to see if there is a message there rather than just clicking the link in the message without verifying first. You can contact the company to ask if a suspicious message is legitimate or not. If you have any doubts about a message, don't click any links. A company sending out legitimate messages probably won't have a lot of punctuation errors, poor grammar, and spelling mistakes. These can be another red flag to indicate that the email could be suspect. Many phishing messages pretend to be from large, well-known companies, hoping to ensnare readers who happen to do business with the company. Other phishing attempts offer something for free like cash or a desirable prize. The saying is often true that if something sounds too good to be true it probably is, and this can be a warning that a spam message is trying to get something from you, rather than give you something. Unless you are expecting an email with attachments, always be wary before opening or downloading them. Using anti-malware software can help by scanning files that you download for malware. You can read even more about phishing emails and how to spot them. Email providers have gotten pretty good at filtering out spam, but when messages make it through to your inbox, you can report them. This is true for spam calls and text messages, as many carriers give you the ability to report spam as well. You can also choose to block the sender, often in the same step as reporting the message. Reporting spam can help your email provider or phone service carrier get better at detecting spam. If legitimate emails get sent to your spam filter, you can report that they should not be marked as spam, and that also provides useful information on what should not be filtered. Another helpful step is to add senders you want to hear from to your contacts list proactively. Use two-factor authentication, 2FA. With two-factor or multi-factor authentication, even if your username and password are compromised via a phishing attack, cybercriminals won't be able to get around the additional authentication requirements tied to your account. Additional authentication factors include secret questions or verification codes sent to your phone via text message. Install cybersecurity software. In the event that you click a bad link or download malware sent to you via spam, good cybersecurity software will recognize the malware and shut it down before it can do any damage to your system or network. With products for home and business, Malwarebytes has got you covered wherever technology takes you. The U.S. Federal CAN-SPAM Act. There is a federal anti-spam law called the CAN-SPAM Act passed in 2003. It has 4 provisions. The subject line must be truthful. You can't use someone else's internet address to send your emails. All spam must come with an opt-out email address that the public can use to stop getting unsolicited emails from that source. The company that is selling the product as well as the company hired to send out the emails are both responsible if any law is violated. CAN-SPAM Act websites. fcc.gov/cgb/consumerfacts/canspam.html, CAN-SPAM Act. fcc.gov/general/can-spam. ftc.gov/spam. ftc.gov/bcp/conlany/edcam/spam/index.html. ftc.gov/bcp/conlany/edcam/spam/report.html, report spam. ftc.gov/business-guidance/resources/can-spam-act-compliance-guide-business. fcc.gov/consumers/guides/stop-unwanted-robocalls-and-texts. can-spam-act.com, CAN-SPAM Toolkit selling an information kit pertaining to the CAN-SPAM Act. Spam websites at cali.org/computers/internet/e-mail/spam/blacklisting. 0spam.org, 0spam. Free DNSBL for email service providers. Abuse.ro, abuse.ro. Abuse.ro is a collection of classification and reputation databases for public IP addresses and web domains. ahbl.org, the Abusive Hosts Blocking List, AHBL, publishes a list of known abusive hosts, open relays, open proxies, spam sources, DOS drones, and more, in various forms including a DNSBL. okeen.com/asianspamblocks.html Chinese and Korean net blocks. Lists IP blocks of China and Korea for those who want to avoid Asian spam. drmx.org, DRMX, DNS Blacklist. The DRMX project is a non-profit organization whose mission is to track the Internet's spam operations, to provide dependable real-time anti-spam protection for Internet networks. ipdeny.com, ipdeny distributes country-allocated IP blocks in raw format that can be easily used to reject unwanted email and access to services. mipspace.com, mipspace. A list of IP addresses associated with known commercial marketing companies. spamcop.net/bl.shtml, spamcop, blocking list information. This list contains IP addresses which have been reported to SpamCop as carriers of spam, source of email or verified, open relay. Some of these reports now come from spam traps, email addresses used strictly to receive spam. spamhouse.org/sbl, spamhouse block list, SBL. All IPs on the SBL belong to known spammers, spam gangs, or spam support services. The SBL includes IPs from both the Roxo database and IPs of spam services listed in the Spamhouse database. spamhouse.org/Roxo, the Spamhouse Project Register of Known Spam Operations, Roxo. Roxo collates evidence on known hardline spam outfits that have been thrown off Internet service providers over 3 times. Spamrats.com, Spamrats. Fully automated and free real-time blacklists, RBLs, designed to target various Trojans, bots, infected PCs and other IP address which are being used to send out spam. gbudb.com/truncate/index.jsp, truncate gbudb. Free and commercial DNSBL. Lists IPs sending spam/malware based on gbudb IP reputation statistics. uceprotect.net/en/index.php, UCE Network. Attempt to generate a free real-time blacklist of spammer IP numbers. uribl.com, URIBLue. A real-time URI blacklist served via DNS to identify unsolicited bulk and commercial messages based on the links within the emails. Distributed under the Apache open source license. jowine.de/sw/bl-log.htm, HOI details for blacklisted spam domains. List of domains that have been advertised via spam, with name server, registration date, registrant. This list is updated daily. Spam websites 1. malwarebytes.com/spam. celerio.co/blog/what-is-spam. howtogeek.com/7733833/what-is-spam. priv.gc.ca/online-privacy/spam/spam_02. Avast. avast.com/c-spam. selecthub.com/resources/what-is-spam. nordvpn.com/blog/what-is-spam. adons.mozilla.org. spam.com. techlawjournal.com, try anti-spam. cnet.com. junkbusters.com. software602.com. vargoensoft.com. pocosystems.com. sourceforge.net. dgportal.com. cos.org, Campaign Against Unsolicited Commercial Email, COS. spam.abuse.net, Fight Spam on the Internet. spamnews.com, Spam News. usebeastmail.com. spam-filter-review.com. metafilter.com/tags/spam. synergeticsoft.com/docs/video_ads_blocker. dmaconsumers.org/off-email-list.html, get off commercial email lists. spamlaws.com. spamdailynews.com. suspammers.org, Anti-spam laws by state. Spam websites 2. Abuse.net. Akismet.com. Amasi.com/spam.html. Anonymizer.com. ant4.com. Bluesquirrel.com/products/spam sleuth.